Hey there, my name's Raveen and I'm a solutions engineer at Rivery. Rivery is a powerful SaaS platform that unifies data ingestion, orchestration, and transformation, empowering data engineers, architects, and analysts to rapidly build complex ETL pipelines without getting lost in rigid, costly tools or code. By combining no-code/low-code flexibility with SQL and Python options for transformations, Rivery enables data teams to create custom pipelines faster and more affordably. In this video today, we'll go through how to create a pipeline that will extract and load Airtable data into a Snowflake table, and then how to push this data from Snowflake into Jira, as well as into Slack as an alert, all within a single logic river. Let's begin. I currently have two tables, tasks and issues. And in my Jira board, I currently do not have anything just yet. Let's go into Rivery, and here you have three options. The first one being a source to target, second one being a logic river, and the third one being an action river. We'll go ahead and create a source to target river. I will name it Airtable to Snowflake. And I'm going to choose my source as Airtable. And the first step is to connect with Airtable. And I can see that my test connection has passed. Go ahead and save that. Oh, I need to give it a name. Just Airtable will do. I'll go ahead and save this. Now the next step is to get my base ID from Airtable and input it here. I can choose the tables I'd like to extract. I have tasks and issues. Okay, and next is let's choose our destination, which will be Snowflake. I already have a Snowflake connection set up. If you didn't, you can go into new connection, follow the instructions on the right hand side, get your credentials for the left, test the connection, and then click on save. And once my connection has been established with Snowflake, I can pull a list of databases that I currently have. I can choose from a list and go to choose solutions. Once I choose my database, I can then select my schema. I'll give my table a name. And find at the next step. So I'll click on schema. I want to do some, click on auto mapping. Okay, perfect. That's my schema. I can then select Airtable record ID as my key. The last step would be to schedule the pipeline, but for now, I will only save it as we'll schedule it into a different river. Perfect. Now that we have our first river, which is our Airtable to Snowflake river, we can go ahead and create our action rivers, which will be able to post or send data to Slack or to Jira. So in order to do that, we'll click on REST action, and there the first river that we'll create will be a Slack alert that will be posting tasks to Slack. So let's go ahead and choose a connection. You can see there that I have a connection already established. If I edit it, you can see that within this connection, I have my webhook URL and a URL. What we'll do is grab the actual URL that I need, go back into Rivery, and I'll paste this here and save. This has now updated my Slack connection. And now let's go ahead and build our API request. So this is a variable that grabs the webhook URL from the connection. And this needs to be a post request in terms of headers. Here I have my request body, which contains several variables that essentially would be grabbed from my table. And because I'm using variables within the request body or within this custom connector, I need to define them in the variables tab. And here we'll just go ahead and create the different variables that we have. Now we'll go ahead and create a new action river. And this time, this action river will be pasting issues to Slack. I can choose my same existing connection. And you can see here that I also have my variables set within here. And the next step is to define my variables. Okay, and the next step now would be to create a third action river. And this time, this will be for my Jira. And I can have the URL. This will be a post request. This will be with basic auth. Okay, great. Now that I have my 4 rivers essentially, let's bring them all together in one logic river. Okay, and here we can orchestrate complex workflows, and we'll get started with selecting a river, and we'll choose our Airtable to Snowflake river. So once this runs, this would essentially create the table within Snowflake. And the next step is, once my table has been created, I want to push down some SQL transformation into Snowflake. And what this query does, it grabs those fields from Snowflake, and I would like to then set these fields as a variable within my river. So we'll go ahead and define a variable. And my variable Slack alerts. Okay, perfect. So we're creating a loop over that will take the values from Slack alerts, and there what we're doing is defining each one of those variables within Slack alerts. And there, let's go ahead and grab the list. So we'll start with the first one. And here we can go ahead and choose our action, which is to create Jira task. And you'll see that now I have my input variables, and we'll go ahead and edit the value also as variables. Perfect. I can go ahead and save this. And my final step will be to set up my Slack alert. Okay, and finally, I'm going to create a new container. And this time I would like to bring those two steps within essentially the same container running in parallel. There we go. So I have my container. This is my loop over with my Jira create task or issue. And I have also my Slack alert. There, we can delete the one that we don't need. There we go. This has now created my complete pipeline, and we can go in and now run this pipeline. Okay, now that my pipeline has completed, you can see completed successfully here. We can take a look at Slack. I can see that my alert worked as expected with my task created. And let's take a look at my Jira board. I now have my 4 tasks. So in this demo, we focus just on our tasks table in Airtable, but we can do the same thing for our issues table as well. And lastly, we can inspect our table in Snowflake, where we can see that we have all our issues as well as tasks within the one single table. Thanks for watching the video, and please let us know if you have any questions. Goodbye.